Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Right, so yesterday, quite late, Kabam dropped Alliance War Season 40 changelog. So let's take a look at everything that is going to change in Season 40 of Alliance War. Obviously, pre-season is starting on Wednesday, so yesterday, no, today, yes, pre-season starts today. February 17th, in 2 weeks, the Season 40 goes live. The one thing, well, there are a few things, but the thing that I do like here with these updates is that they changed how they will be calculating the banned champions, because quite frequently, at least one of the champions that end up getting banned didn't really make much sense for Tier 1 wars, and that is because previously they totaled all the bans of all tiers and brought them together to fill the blacklist and decide which champions get banned. Going into Season 40, they will be trying to split these by map. So basically, Tier 1 is going to have perhaps different blacklist than Tier 1 and 2, I think, and then it's like Tier 2 and 5, and then lower. And I think this is going to be kind of much more accurate representation of actually the most popular champions. And the bans will kind of be more meaningful and accurate in a sense. So I do quite like this change because it makes sense, which champion gets banned in Tier 1 should have no bearing from input from Tier 15, especially considering the Tier 15 players or whatever, they don't even have a blacklist to begin with. So I personally do like this change. I think it makes sense, and good on them. There's going to be another smaller rewards update where the rank 5 materials, so Tier 6 class catalysts, well, the amount of them will be increased, and this time it will go down as far as to platinum. Kabam actually did update the Alliance War rewards for the previous season as well, slightly increasing the amount of Tier 6 class catalysts in the upper brackets. But now they are slowly kind of like pushing them lower, and this time around, yes, plat players will also get like a little bit of rank 5 materials, and that is quite cool. And also win-loss crystals are going away. Now, this, strictly speaking, is not great, because so far we were able to kind of double dip, because Kabam already adjusted the loyalty that we earned throughout Season 39, but we still received these crystals. So next season we will receive no crystals, but the loyalty already was adjusted. So Season 39 was technically the most profitable in terms of like loyalty and getting these crystals. And as far as it goes for tactic updates, they're going to be releasing new defensive and defensive tactics they will not be releasing any new tactics this time around, but in the next season, I believe there will be 2 new ones, and they're going to kind of try and get them into a cycle. That this means that every other season we will be releasing 2 tactics instead of 1 every season, basically. That's how they plan on going forwards. And Season 40, for high tier Alliance War, we will see Subdue and Planetary Endurance. So it means we only have had 1 season with this glancing unsteady ground tactic. And now Season 40 will already feature a change. Well, Planetary Endurance has to do with basically giving champions Nullify immunity and improving their combat power rate. And Subdue is obviously meant to counter that. Planetary Endurance defenders are immune to the effects of Nullify and Stagger. Whenever a Planetary Endurance defender's attacks are blocked, they gain a Flourish buff, increasing power rate by 25%. Striking the defender's block will remove 1 Flourish buff. So it's going to be interesting to see how pesky this tactic is, giving virtually all of these champions Nullify and Stagger immunity as well, which obviously will leave us with like Fate Seal and Neutralize when we need to deal with different buffs. There are obviously the choice of different tactics for the lower tiers, and here are the actual bans. The bans here, as we can see, is going to be Ghost and Quake are going to be blacklisted. Having a Quake still on a blacklist is very funny. It's still a 5-star Quake only, but she's strong enough to be blacklisted. And whitelist now is going to be Hercules and Human Torch, so no Human Torch bans at all. And for challengers, it's going to be the Human Torch, Blacklist, Whitelist, Hercules. There are some node changes as well, and these node changes are going to be on path 8. And there are going to be a couple new nodes. First one is Snowballing Fury. If the defender is under the effect of 3 or more buffs, they gain a Fury passive that grant 25% attack rating every 2 seconds. Each Fury lasts 15 seconds. The defender will continue to gain these passives until all buffs expire or are nullified. So this could make it potentially a very, very, very scary fight if you ever let the buffs get out of control. And we have Inevitable Power. For each buff defender has gained, they receive a power charge. Upon hitting 6 charges, they gain a power efficiency passive for 12 seconds. During this time, all buffs on the defender cannot be nullified or staggered. Now, here the tricky thing is it says power efficiency passive, which typically means special attacks cost less power. It is extremely important to find out how much less power it actually costs. But by the looks of it, you know, we're going to have to test it out, play around with it, and see how it feels. But both of them can be quite scary, I guess. So we'll see how they incorporate them in the map and how tricky it is to deal with all of these changes. Other than that, here we can see the full list of node changes that are on path 8. That is pretty much it about the updates. And it does look quite interesting. New defensive tactic always kind of like jiggles things up in a sense. And there's definitely going to be a lot more planning to do for the officers. A new completely different set of defenders needed and all that other stuff. When it comes to updated season rewards, I wish I could see them, but last I checked, I don't think we can see them quite yet in the game. So when we actually get to see the season rewards, we're going to see the change there. But it's kind of like, as Kabam said, that instead of having few and far in between major rewards bumps, they're going to be focusing on smaller kind of rewards tweaks season per season or every other season, which I think overall is healthier as long as it doesn't fall behind. And yeah, that's pretty much the situation for Alliance for Season 40. Now, on a personal level, obviously, I'm hoping that New Nation has a better season than the previous one. Previous one was really crazy for us. Luckily, somehow in the end, we managed to squeak in top 10 Masters, but it's still nowhere near as well as I would have liked to see us play. Either way, let me know what you guys think. Do you like the changes? Are you worried or are you excited? And I'm going to catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the